Shakespearean thing for me. Last night was a comedy club in Manchester, and we've had different audiences, different venues, and we've had 2 Benoit questions. And I said nothing was off limit. Here's the deal. I don't know what we're looking for here. I mean, the announcers need to make reference when someone, Chris, I just don't. Here's the deal. And this is my opinion. It's not a WWE. I don't have a script. You notice I didn't bring any script out here because it was going to be you and me. It's exactly the way I wanted it. And I thank you for being here. But nonetheless, you and me. No script, no teleprompter, no notes, nothing up my sleeve. Short sleeves actually. So, if you bring up Chris Benoit on a national television basis, or you bring him up in a media-type forum, are we going to think, the first thing we're going to think about is how great he was applying the crossface, or his great matches, or the fact that he he idolized the Dynamite Kid, or are we going to think about the man that murdered his wife and his son and then committed suicide? I might be wrong. I'm thinking the latter. And then somebody says, why isn't he in the Hall of Fame? You got to be kidding me. You think that how would, now there may be fans here that say, well, it wouldn't bother me. Yeah, but you're unique, you're different. How would Sky Sports cover that? How would the media cover that? That we're going to induct into the Hall of Fame a man that murdered his son and his wife, and then he committed suicide. That's because that's the story. And that, unfortunately, will be Chris's legacy. And I hired the guy. I mentored him. I got his surgery for his neck. I paid him, or our company paid him. I facilitated for a year. I have great respect for him. I don't know what happened that day. Nobody does. I don't know who that person was that did that. But it was it was his body that did it. He may have been possessed with something else. I don't know. We'll never know. But that's what you think of, unfortunately, for Chris. And I may be the only person here that went to the funeral of his murdered wife and his little boy. Let me tell you, those things are hard. And you're sure as hell not thinking at that point, man, how are we going to mention Chris now? We're going to put Chris in the Hall of Fame, we're going to do DVD, we're going to continue to, enhance his image. No. You can't explain it, you can't change it. It's unfortunate. It's a damn shame. But the biggest shame is that 3 people are dead that I knew. And that's a lot bigger than a DVD or a Hall of Fame or whatever. But 3 people